Which panelists would you say that you liked today and why?
I'd say, I quite warmed to all of them because they were quite open. I mean, I felt not quite sorry, but, the Christian minister, she took an awful lot of question. I think probably because Christianity is the religion that people maybe knew the most about. As for the Islamic fellow, he seemed very educated. He knew an awful lot about not only his own religion, about other religions too, which I quite liked. Both the Hindu and the atheist man, though, I quite warmed to. They were very open and warm towards other people's religions, which I really liked as well.
Do you think we should be more open to challenging beliefs that we feel are alien to us?
Well, definitely. I think it helps you understand them an awful lot more. You know what I mean? If everything you read about a certain religion it happens to be in a paper or on the news, then that can be biased. So I think exploring it yourself helps you formulate your own views. So I think it's not a bad thing.
And how do you think this event or this kind of event could help society at large?
Well, kind of referring back to my last question, I think if people understand other religions more, it can help them formulate more educated opinions and maybe not get all their beliefs and ideas from newspapers and the media, because quite often they are biased.
Was busted the best today?
Well, to be honest, I think they were all very well dealt with. One that I found particularly interesting was the myth about Hinduism. Obviously, he was discussing the fact that it's a belief that doesn't worship idols, and the whole way that Hinduism represents the way they use imagery and symbols in Hinduism, and also how he discussed the way Hindus treat cows, I found was very enlightening.
And how do you think this kind of event can help society at large?
I think these kind of events are absolutely vital for the functioning of a society, because a society based on understanding and respect for other faiths is what we need, and these kind of events really help to stimulate that, because we need to have knowledge of other faiths and not to hold these misconceptions and these myths for us to be able to move forward.
What is the most interesting thing you learned about another faith or set of beliefs today?
Okay, yeah, sure. The most interesting thing I learned today was probably the discussion between the Islamic and the Jewish speakers, and their opinion, the opinions that they had between both the religions on Jesus. It was very interesting to get that opinion. Obviously, a lot of sources that you find for these kind of things aren't very accurate.
And if you had the chance to ask a question to a panelist right now, put him on the hot seat, what would you ask?
Okay, an interesting topic I would have asked was the views on all of the speakers, and it would have been their view on interfaith marriages, what each particular religion feels about that, and if they've seen if they've seen more flexibility in their religion through time or not.
Which myth would you say was busted the best today?
I think the myth about Hinduism and the cow worship, I think that was busted quite nicely, and the fact that people, I know a lot of people, and my friends included, they all think that somehow Hindus believe that cows are gods, cows are mothers, cows are this, cows are that, but in essence they're just very well respected, and that's a quite beautiful concept.
And which panelists would you say that you liked and why?
I think the panelists I liked the most would probably be the gentleman that did the Islamic panel, purely because of how wonderful he spoke and how articulate he was, and I think the way he answered his questions is the fact that he really digested the question and he really thought it through, and even asked questions to sort of enhance and tweak the question to the point that would be, in my opinion, that would be what its true meaning was. So rather than it be just about Muslims or Islam, he focused on one or the other, and I think that he did it quite well, and he was very articulate in the way he spoke, and he was very he was also very friendly in the way he spoke, and I thought that was great.
If you had the chance to ask a question to a panelist, put him on the hot seat right now, what would you ask?
I would ask I'd ask the lady about Christianity. The one thing that's always baffled me about Christianity is their concept of Christmas. That has really like confused the hell out of me. I mean, I don't know what it's about, and every time I ever speak to people, they never truly tell me what it's about. I'm always left wanting. I just want to know why is there a Christmas tree? Why is there a thing in front of the door? Why is there so many similarities between pagan and earth worshipping religions, and why, just how did that come about?